Reunited. I hope everyone's keeping safe and well. It's the morning after, the day before. Well, the evening after the day before, I should say. The nightmares of the drama of the London Stadium. But first of all, I'd like to thank our channel sponsor Glazewires, windows, doors, conservatories. John's your man. All of his description and everything, all of his details is in the description below. And also the Iron supporting food banks. All their information's there. Jazz had a nice conversation yesterday. I'll let him explain that in a second. But all them descriptions are also in the description below. First of all, Jazz, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, recovering, mate. Yeah, like you, I had a good time at the game, mate. Got there early, had a few bevies, few rums, and met a few of the fans. Was at supporters bar, and then afterwards stayed behind again. So yeah, recovering today. Yeah. Like you said, back to work. A bit tired. Yeah,
Yeah, I had a day off today. Obviously, I didn't go to the game yesterday, and
yeah,
I'm still suffering, mate. I'm not gonna lie. It was a long day on Saturday, and I'm just yeah
yeah.
recovering. But it's what it is. Watched the game on the box. But yeah, no, I'm still shocked, mate. To be perfectly honest, but we'll probably get into that in a sec. Do you just want to mention that about Iron supporting food banks? You had a conversation with someone yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, had a chat with John about all the hard work they do around Newham and Essex food banks. So I said that we'll give him a shout out and hopefully do some show in the future, raise some money for him as well.
Yeah,
So yeah,
sounds
yeah,
good.
yeah, really nice chat with him. So yeah, a lot of effort behind the scenes, and some people might think there's no need for food banks anymore, or but there is. Yeah, there is. Especially Newham is one of the poorest boroughs in the UK and certainly London,
Yeah,
and there is a need for everyone really. So yeah, various ways you can support. I mean, you can even do it in your local supermarket. Where I've seen like near the checkouts, there's usually an area where you can put some food down and they do let you know what they need because some food they got too much of, and then they let you know we don't want any more certain
yeah, of
tin
course.
food. Can you please bring something else? So yeah, if you don't live near Newham, then you can certainly do it in your own borough wherever you live. So really good, yeah. So nice shout out for John. Yeah, good work.
Yeah, definitely, mate. We'll probably talk about the game itself. Obviously, your day was a very productive day. Obviously, you said you got there early. Um, you just bump into a few people as well. I'm guessing that was nice to sort of get back in, considering it was a Sunday, getting back in the swing of speaking to people.
I don't like to rush. Like if you remember, I got into the Leicester City game inside the ground with 5 minutes to go, and then I was trying to neck a pint mode. My son, it's not nice. So I left pretty early because I was pretty wary about the queues because I knew this is a sellout game, and I do know from memory and experience when you're playing Liverpool, Man U, Spurs, it takes ages to get in, ages to get out. But luckily, okay, there was a fair queue in terms of security. But after you cleared security, then through the turnstiles, it was nothing there, mate. So we got to the other side fairly quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, got a few drinks. Met a lot of people. Met Mikey, as you know. Had a chat with Gatesy at the supporters bar before. Then some of my
yeah,
other friends came. Got a couple of people West Ham fans tickets. I met them, and again after went back to the supporters bar and met a lot of the West Ham network guys we know. Yeah, good
yeah,
game, good atmosphere. Yeah, and luckily got inside the ground before the rain started, so I escaped.
yeah.
But some people certainly did get wet, quite wet, really. The ones who stood outside with 20 minutes to go before kickoff, I think.
Mm. Yeah, so we'll sort of start into the game. Well, not that. We'll start with the starting 11. I've just put it up on the screen there. What did you make of that, mate? That's probably the best we could probably put out, really, wasn't it?
It was, and like we covered on our preview, I wanted us to match them, so they went kind of 4-2-3-1, and I thought just go man
Mm.
to man with them, really. Yeah, not really surprised. Again, I remember speaking to you. Certain players play well against certain clubs, and the managers know about it. So McTominay, even though he's not a regular, McTominay, I had a feeling he was going to play because he scored against the last game, and he's just up for it. You just get that with some players, as we full well know with West Ham, Lukaku, Callum Wilson, all these type of people, really. So I don't think in a lot of games you'll see McTominay, Fred, and Pogba all start together. But that kind of tells me how much respect we've gained in the game, really. And they always say that the second season after a successful one always quite hard. So I think you've seen how Southampton set up. You saw how Palace set up. And I think United were quite cautious as well. And after the game, I don't know if you heard Solskjaer's comment saying that the ground was quite intimidating with the crowd and it's quite difficult to play here, which was good to hear. So I think 60,000 fans, they did, yeah.
Yeah, see, I see the opposite. I know it's probably the first game which I've probably seen at home, but I don't know whether Sky just cut it out, but the atmosphere just seemed really flat. It just seemed to be the odd burst here and here, but is that Sky cutting out the noise? Or was it like that, yes?
I think what he meant was when there's an exciting moment, like perhaps a penalty or a free kick, the crowd were going nuts. I think that's what he meant, that you're putting pressure on the referee. But it didn't seem to work a lot of the time because the referee was very, very poor. He gave everything to Man United. Pogba dived 2-3 times. Ronaldo dived continuously. He didn't book anyone. And just carried on. And then obviously, as we'll speak about it, there was a penalty at the end and one or two other shenanigans. So, yeah. I mean, that's what it was, really. Yeah.
Do you think we'll sort of start probably do it in like 15-minute chunks? Maybe that'll probably be the best way to talk about it. The first 15 minutes, I think we gave them a bit too much respect, and we could have got punished, in my opinion. It may seem very harsh. We gave them a lot of the ball. I know they sort of had a lot of the ball in general, but it just seemed very too much respect, if you know what I mean. Or obviously you were at the game. Did you see it any other way, or do you sort of agree with me?
I think obviously we're well drilled, high confident, all the players play well, but you've got to miss Antonio, aren't you? Because we didn't have a focal point up front, you see. And that's a big thing. I think the players were a bit unsure how to play and what to do expectedly. I think that was the issue. So we were just the midfield was quite packed area, not much room to play with. And United are quite slick. And we know that when you're playing Liverpool, Man U, Man City, they move the ball around really, really quickly. Every player's like 90, 100 million, highly technical. So I think that's what we saw. We didn't quite attack them as much. And I think that's got to do with Antonio again. And I felt that we didn't quite succeed in filling that role, really. And sometimes it looked like Vlasic and Benrahma were up front together. Sometimes it didn't. And I just think we lacked a cutting edge for most of the game, really. We're okay in midfield, but in terms of splitting them open like Antonio does, taking defenders out of the game, creating space behind, we didn't get to see that, really. And so that was what happened in the first 15, 20 minutes. It's quite compact, quite packed. And they, more than us, look like they're going to score. They look more comfortable. I'm sure Ronaldo has brought a lot of confidence to the other players. Pogba was quite bright, like I said, being a pain. And it did look like they were going to score more than us. More likely they were going to score, I think,
Yes. In my opinion, I was expecting a back five. But like you said, we matched them up. And we done, overall, we done obviously very well, considering the comments and everything what was made after. But as soon as we started to press a bit more, that's when we started to get a bit of joy. I remember the incident with Maguire when we nicked the ball, pressed high, and Bowen had that chance, which was very unlucky. Which was very unlucky from. We'll start off with the back four. Obviously, we don't want to talk about man on the matches or anything else, but I thought Soufal and Zouma, that understanding. I know Bonner was, but that was outstanding, especially them three in particular. What about you?
Zouma stood out for me because I like him, and I thought I'll keep an eye on him. And he didn't. I don't think he missed a header or anything in the whole game. He was blocking, intercepting, heading things away, directing play like a captain, really. So really settled in well, and like I expected, he did really well. And then obviously he's got to play a second game with another different partner in Ogben, and that couldn't have been easy. Whether Duke deserved to continue after Thursday, I don't know. Could it? It's a yes or no answer, really. I agree with both, but I thought them two played really well together. The thing I'm going to highlight, and you know what it is, it's Fabianski. And I know I've taken pelters and what I've said, but it was very, very obvious to me what was going on, and he cannot kick the ball. And some of the managers are going to find out, and they're going to do things tactically to catch us out. So when he should take a goal kick, he's looking left and right, and the fullbacks are waiting to receive the ball. And in my eyes, that's not an advantage. When you have a goal kick, that's an advantage to you to get the ball up. But what he's doing, he's creating a negative moment. He's giving the ball to Krezi or Kufal, and straight away they're under pressure. And because they're so good, somehow they haven't lost the ball in the key area. And that's what he's creating, really. I think he only kicked it once, and that just didn't even cross the halfway line. And he doesn't come out. And so I know one or two incidences where people are saying, why didn't the centre-backs leave it? He's not going to come out to get the ball. He's not commanding in the box.
Yeah.
So that makes the defender's life a lot harder. So he's playing with a handicap. Oh, yeah, of course he done 2-3 superb saves. He did really well. But we'll talk about the goals a bit later on. But I think certainly the winner, there was a few things I noticed about Fabianski before the goal happened. And when you do your review, Miles, you've got to mention everything you see. And, okay, people see different things. For me, we're carrying a handicap with Fabianski, I feel. Quite a major one. I'm a bit worried about that, really, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about there's an incident which springs to my mind as well about Fabianski. But first of all, the save what he done from Bruno Fernandes was outstanding. I've got to give him credit for that. To get that amazing touch and his movement on that, you've got to give him a lot of credit for, like real credit. But no, me and you had them concerns. We said it on the opening day, didn't we, at Newcastle? Leicester didn't really get tested. Palace, the first guy. Yeah, I see what you mean, but I don't want it to turn like we've got an agenda against him. But we'll sort of talk about. But then out of the blue, Jazz, we got a goal. Ben Rama, I thought the build-up was absolutely outstanding, to be honest, mate. Soufal heavily involved, the little one to the back heel. And as you say, mate, if you don't shoot, you don't score. I do think that was probably creeping in the bottom corner, though, before the deflection. What about you?
I'm not sure because it's obviously heading in a different direction. So I don't know what would happen in the end, but certainly we'll take it. And like you said, if you don't shoot, they don't go in. And it's good to see Ben Rama's confidence is still sky high after perhaps the last two games. He's not quite been as good as he was at the first couple of games of the season. So yeah, 1-0 up. And like you said, having said that against Fabianski, I don't really rate any of the Man United goalkeepers. Not for me. But going back to Fabianski again, is that if you look at the modern goalkeeper, he's meant to actually be really good on the floor with the ball. He's meant to pass it, kick it. The long throw-ins we see Schmeichel do. So we don't see a lot of that really. And Dynamo Zagreb, we mentioned that there were no shots on target, but the ones that just went past the post, he was just static. So he can't either run on his goal line to save. He's not very agile anymore. But certainly shot stopper, like you said, anything near him, doesn't matter how fast or what angle, his reflexes are very, very good. It's just that if it's a free kick and he's got to quickly move to the left or right, I'm not sure if he could do it with his feet because his feet, he doesn't move anymore really. But yeah, 1-0 up. Surprised I didn't see it coming, to be honest. I felt they were going to score if anyone.
Yeah.
But again, really, really happy. But once again, like you're going to talk about it, we just don't hold on to our leads for long sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. I just want to talk to this comment from Kent, and I agree. I think it's Mitch, West Ham Fan TV. He gave Creswell a lot of stick yesterday, and I've seen him get a lot of backlash. Exactly the same as you about you're judging Creswell. Look what he's done in the last. At the end of the day, we're judging them on that match. We're not judging them over the last 18 months. And I feel sorry for that Mitch as well. They're like, don't know what you're on about. Creswell played full 90 minutes on Thursday, yeah? He's 31, I think. Kemp might correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's 31 years of age. Ogbonna didn't play because he's 34 or whatever he is. So Ogbonna's old. Yeah, our average age is quite low. And I've got to admit, Creswell wasn't up for it. And it sort of links into their equaliser. First of all,
he's 31.
Yeah. First of all, Ronaldo was offside before they got the corner. Why did the flag not go up? Did you know that?
I didn't quite spot that, but fair point. Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, so Ronaldo was offside, clearly offside. It wasn't even a little bit marginally offside, played on, had a little muck around, and then they got the corner. Don't get me wrong. This is where my next critic comes in. Vlasic should have got a better clearance away. He literally air kicked it, didn't he, from the corner when we got it clear, and then the ball went out to Fernandez. But Creswell, yeah, he was so far deep compared to all the other players, wasn't he, for Ronaldo?
I think we don't quite notice how mobile Ronaldo is. He's quite sharp. Yeah, still for that age, he gets around. He does, and all their players are quite on the front foot. Especially because they lost their last game at Young Boys, didn't they, on the Tuesday? But yeah, when you play flat back four, they're going to be games where Cressy going to be caught out. But I do still like his distribution, his left foot at corners and free kicks and things like that. So he does bring a lot to the plate, I think. And
see, I'm going to disagree with you. I think this season it's been atrocious. And Soufal, the crossing's been terrible from both of them. They're just overhit, either straight to De Gea or straight out from a goal kick. I thought they were terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're okay. Kofal, I think, needed to be taken out of the game last time, and because he didn't quite look on it, did he, last weekend. I don't know if it's tiredness. I think it's the internationals. I mean, not Creswell, but for Kofal, I think we've got another one coming up in a fortnight's time again, and it's taken a lot out of these players. I think. I think they've been okay. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not trying to say they've been rubbish, because defending like Soufal was outstanding yesterday. Just sort of lets me down because I think he got the assist for Antonio's goal, didn't he? So like you can't really say his crossing's been, but I think it's just where we expected so much compared to what they were last year, to be perfectly honest. We'll talk about Ronaldo's goal. Do you think Fabianski should have done better for the goal? Everyone else in the chat as well. If you, sorry, I forgot to say everyone else. Do you think Fabianski should have done better for Ronaldo's goal? Let us know.
Yeah, because I think technically speaking, it's called you spilled the ball, haven't you, in the goalkeeper's terms? So that usually means you should have done a bit better. I'm not too sure on the offside rule, Marzi. I thought he looked off with his arm, but they said you don't look at the arm anymore. And then obviously because he took the shot, he's allowed to be offside again and put it in. So I said hands up, fine. But I was very, very surprised how he just looked like a goal hanger just standing there on his own. I thought that's got to be off, isn't it? And again, like you said, I don't know how quick Fabianski could have been if he was 23. It happened very quickly. So I don't want to say that a younger keeper would have saved it. But certainly the first mistake was he did spill it. Yeah. Bit of 50-50. He did save it, but then he didn't hold on to it either, really. So it is a goalkeeper technical mistake, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, because I know it was hit with some power, but as someone's on his way, wonder who that is. He should have pushed it to one side. I sort of agree there with what Glenn's saying. I think he should have. It wasn't. Yeah. He should have instinct and maybe dived and tried to like punch it. Do you know what I mean? To get it away. But I'm not a goalkeeper. I'm not going to sit here and and slag him off because what Fabianski's done to the club. But in my opinion, if I had to pick out of the two, Areola's the better goalkeeper.
Yeah, hands down. Like I said, he's going to be France's number one in a couple of years' time. He's much younger, more agile. But that's my opinion, and people like it or don't. But I'm going to stick my neck out, and I'm going to say I want Areola in ASAP. And why he didn't play him in Europa? I think that's out of order because I don't think Areola's an 18-year-old kid who's happy sitting there. He's going to be in demand, and what's the point in bringing him if you're not going to play him? I don't get it.
See, I agree with you there. What you're saying, but. Like you said, I think it was 4 minutes between the goals, so it's not like we didn't have time to like adjust. And then I was waiting for half time, mate. I don't know about you. I was like, we need to get in, we need to regroup. We looked even leggy after the last 5 minutes before half time. So yeah, it was a mad first half, but we've just got someone in the green room. We're just going to bring him in now. Jake, evening, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, lads. How are you?
All right.
Yeah, I feel I'm a bit of a better mood than I was yesterday on your show. I'm not going to lie.
100%, yeah. I had time to reflect, and by 8 o'clock I calmed down and I felt a lot better.
Yeah, no, definitely. We sort of asked you yesterday, mate, but we'll just remind you. We're just quickly talking about should Fabianski have done better with the first goal, in your opinion?
No, not at all. Not at all. I thought Fabianski had a fantastic game. Jazz, I watched your fan cam West Ham Fan TV. I can see what you're saying, but I think Fab had a good game personally. I don't think he could.
Yeah.
He saved a one-on-one against Ronaldo. Came out, made himself big. Did very well in terms of the goal. I don't think he could have done much better. Yes, we would have all liked him to push it to the side, but he saved it. It was unfortunate that it came straight back out. The luck that Ronaldo had for it to come straight back out, and for him to tap it in was unlucky for us. I don't think he could have done any more personally.
Yeah, no. Like you said, mate, this is what I like. It's like split opinions, what everyone says, and that's what makes this game so magical. If we all had the same opinion, the game would definitely be boring. Well, what should we do? We might as well quickly go on to the second half. Jazz, what did you make of the first 15 minutes of the second half? I thought it was very even, to be honest. The first 15 minutes. What about you?
Yeah, it was quite even. I mean, just one more thing was Vlasic went close before half time with a drive over the bar.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hit with quite pace, but just kind of went out the target really. Second half, I think Ronaldo could have scored either side of half time, and certainly when the second half started. So this is a time when, they were getting close and certainly carried on diving. We weren't really getting anything. For me, it just didn't look like we were going to score the way, because we don't have a striker. It's a big thing. For me, it just didn't look like we were going to score, and Benrahma somehow scored. I just couldn't see it, mate. I know we were in the game. We were trying to compete with them, and yes, we did. We were trying to pass it nicely between our players as well and come at them. And the defense, again, probably our strongest point, was looking very strong and in line, but just there was only one winner for me, I felt, in the game. They just looked more lively, interchanging passes quicker, just had a plan. And when you got Ronaldo at the top, but that's a big difference as well. Yeah. I was just waiting for them to score, but it didn't. And then as we got closer and closer, then when Lingard came on, we all knew what players can do when they come.
We're missing something first. Wan-Bissaka and Thomas Soucek penalty incident. I have watched this back, and I record every Premier League game. I always do, and I watched it. I watched the game back again today, and VAR didn't even review it. They didn't even review it. That incident.
Yeah, it looked like a pen to me, but funny things happen in this game. The referee had just totally lost control a lot of the time. I don't know if it's kind of United diving all the time has put the referee off again, but Soucek certainly doesn't have a record of diving a lot. And the one thing I remember, just remind me, Miles, I was saying to the guy behind me, I think we're too honest. A lot of the time, we should have gone down a lot more and won a lot of free kicks, and we didn't. And I felt, okay, it's a good thing to install in the team what the manager's done. But do you remember that before Lingard came, we weren't winning any penalties? We had that record in the Premier League. We don't win any penalties. And something changed with Lingard. And now we're back to normal again. So I know we did win a penalty in the end. I know we did. But we need to be a bit more guile, a bit more clever like these top four teams are. We need to. It's not nice, but if they're doing it, we need to do it. But it did look like a penalty. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, the penalty. I mean, I don't think you see a clearer penalty. And the one thing, I mean, just on a lighter note before I get onto it, the one thing that I found funny was even the Sky Sports football admin found it funny. Even he put in caps lock. I think he's given it the other way. I don't think even he could believe that he gave the free kick to Man United. I don't know how.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
I just don't know why he went in, slid in, didn't win the ball. took Souček down, and the only reason he's given the free kick the other way is because Souček landed on whoever it was at Wan-Bissaka. Because he landed on him and went, Man United, there we go.
I should have snipped it and put it up in the chat. What made me laugh was even TalkSport. No penalty given with laughing emojis. Like, it just proves. Like, yeah, I'm lost for words on that. And oh, sorry, JP, if you're watching, I saw you yesterday on the game when Vlasic substitution when you were clapping him off. I forgot to tag him in it. I forgot to take the picture. I saw him as he was coming off. But obviously, we might as well talk about him now. I saw Kent's rant about him yesterday. Vlasic coming off. A little Ukrainian superstar coming on. What did you make of that, Jazz?
Yeah, he didn't really offer much again. I mean, he's so different for Ukraine. It's frustrating, really. And, you know, you'd think that when you do come on, you do get a chance, you really give it everything. And just seems to be gliding through games, really. Didn't really have the bite. Didn't really have any shots on goal. So, yeah, didn't really offer anything. Yeah, really disappointing. Yeah.
I saw Moyes, and Jake, me and you sort of covered it yesterday. Even Moyes was shouting at him to move, and he didn't do it. Like, if in my opinion, I don't care. He's on 150 grand a week. I'd rather him just not even be in the squad. I think he's absolutely useless. It's like what me and Jake said yesterday. Even put Diop or put Souček further forward. At least we've got an outball. Even if they just cause havoc. I remember Jake's too young to remember this. Ian Pearce. Do you remember what Ian Pearce done for us up front when we didn't have a striker? We put a striker up there and caused havoc. Why are we not doing anything? At least he runs around. Yarmolenko was blowing after 10 minutes after coming on.
He's like that, isn't he? Yeah, he's like that, isn't he?
Listen, you saw it on my show yesterday, Andy. You know what I think of Yarmolenko. As you said, he's useless, and Kent was saying in the chat he is a donkey. I don't think Vlasic was as bad as some people were making out, to be honest with you. I thought he did okay. He wasn't fantastic, but he wasn't, awful, as I've seen some people say yesterday and today, to be honest with you. I thought he worked hard. What he did is, I think Dad said it to me in the game, he reminds me of Pablo Fornals last season. When he came in, he was shrugged off the ball quite easily at times. He was giving away sloppy passes. It did remind me of Pablo Fornals of last season. Give him time to adapt and he'll be a good player. I can see it.
Yeah, 100%. And you can't judge a player after 2 games, can you?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the one thing I will say on that. Obviously, I forgot to talk about, Jazz sort of mentioned it at the start of Fabianski's distribution, and that we sort of missed that incident and that fabulous save what Fabianski done with a 1-on-1, but that was just silly, and I tweeted it during the game, playing out from the back. I know Zouma's very good with his feet, but we can't keep doing it. And after that mistake, Man United were getting higher and up the pitch, and the gap between midfield and attackers was...
He's frozen, is he?
Too big, in my opinion. I don't know whether you know.
Yeah, just inviting pressure on. And I think before Lingard scored, there's a few comments saying Zouma should have not cleared it, but let the goalkeeper gather. But he wasn't coming forward to collect it. And we're not that good at clearing the ball sometimes, or the goalkeeper doesn't come out, like I said, to collect. And I thought, talk about ambition. I think we should have held on to the draw. So even Lanzini coming on, I wouldn't have brought him on. I would have brought Dawson on. Brought Kral on and just locked the door and get a point, but instead we left gaps and they kept coming and got the winner in the end. Really, I think we should have just locked the door, so to speak, with a few minutes to go. Yeah.
I think the difference in that last 20 minutes, so I rammed it into people on the review show yesterday, Andy. The difference in that last 20 minutes was the fact that Man United brought on 2 extremely talented and good players with fresh legs. We put on Yarmolenko, who jogged around a centre circle, jogged back to a centre back, jogged around a centre circle, and then did it all again for 15 minutes. they just had that a bit more intensity, and it was just one-way traffic coming straight back out. We lumped the ball long to Bowen. Bowen, no offense, or whoever was there, Yarmolenko, it was just coming straight back at us. It was one-way traffic, and I'm afraid it was inevitable. David Moyes needed to be smarter yesterday. I don't like criticising him, but we could all see it. We were like 70th minute. Moyes, make some substitutions. We need some fresh legs. We need some energy. We need some pace. Ryan Fredericks, Crowd, bring these players on. But we didn't, and I think we absorbed the pressure very well in the game. But, I mean, it just took a moment of genius from Lingard. Of course it did.
Evening, Bill. How you doing, mate?
Evening.
Right.
Evening, lads. Fine. They still obviously kind about the game yesterday, but it was such a great game to watch, and to be there was a real privilege.
Yeah, we'll just sorry. I know I sent you a link like halfway. I knew there was someone. I knew I said I'll have you on. I do apologise.
No, that's all right. No, it's been a good watch.
Yeah. What do you make of Yarmolenko's performance yesterday? Do you reckon we're being a bit harsh on him?
On the performance yesterday, yeah, it was crap. Rubbish. Didn't offer anything. And I think his performance was epitomised by Declan Rice went on this amazing jinking run. It looked like he was going to go towards the goal, and then Yarmolenko, instead of running away trying to make an angle, just gets in his way. And I thought, that sums up your performance, mate. Absolutely rubbish. So he's better than that, obviously Yarmolenko, but no, yesterday he offered nothing. So it's he is a good player. He's just probably one of those that is not suited to this league.
Yeah, we'll come back to that at the end, Gary. I'm not ignoring your comment. I agree with what Kent said as well, especially in the first half. Thomas' passing was awful. I remember a couple of times.
I thought overall yesterday, I thought our passing weren't great, but we were a bit sloppy overall, I thought.
Still creating a lot of chances though. Still going to some good attacking areas, and I think don't forget they've got a lot of midfielders and they had Fred and McTominay holding. So they're always going to have midfielders obviously trying to make an interception. And when we got the ball out wide, especially in the second half, we do get balls in the box. But as I put in the live chat before, come on, I thought Varane and Maguire were outstanding. I know it's a West Ham show, but I thought they were brilliant, both of those yesterday. So if Antonio was playing, I want to guarantee we would have scored more.
Yeah. I sort of agree with what Gary's saying. Thomas is knackered and needs a rest. I'd be very surprised if he starts on Wednesday. I don't know about you, but I know we're doing a preview for the sort of jumping to conclusions. I would be surprised, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I just want to say.
Go on, Jay. Go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah. One thing I said straight after the game. I don't want to see any of the first team even travel up there. I'm not bothered. Moyes will take them up there for sure. I would have thought, but I don't want to see Souček, Rice, Soufal, Ogbonna, Bowen, Fornals. I don't want to see them anywhere near Old Trafford on Wednesday. Give them that day off. See what the second team and youth can do, because we've got some good talented players coming through. And to be honest, I don't think anyone could give the monkeys about this cup at the moment.
I agree. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Does anyone else
agreed.
want to add?
I think we're going to throw it. I think we're going to play a shadow skeleton side, and we've got to. I mean, normally, if we weren't in Europe, we'd say let's try and go for it, but no, we need to prioritise obviously the Premier League and the Europa League this season. So let's throw it. If we get through, that's a bonus. But I'm expecting a skeleton side, and we need to rest our boys. As shown in the last couple of games, we need everyone as fresh as possible if we're going to have a good season.
Yeah, Jazz, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I mean the squad's not huge, so I can see perhaps Alex Crowell. But then do you put him with Lanzini in the middle or Noble together, which is, I don't know how that's going to look, but it is what it is. So maybe Dawson will come in with Dupe. Maybe Fredericks will come back, Masuaku. So, we've got a few players we can bring in there. But, we need to change it around a bit. And, Europa's taken a lot out of the players. And it's not easy coming back and then facing Man United, a few days later. We need to Alex Crowd, bring him in. Let's see what he's got. Give Lanzini a bit more minutes, I think. So there's certainly 5-6 that can come in, I think.
I want to talk about this because I've seen Twitter have a meltdown, not the penalty incident, Jesse Lingard, saying we gave him a bit too much respect. I think that's very harsh. I think the fact because he scored the winner, I think a lot of people might be might be a bit bitter, but I think for what he done for us last year, he deserved that round of applause. What about any of yous?
No, I think that's nice. Yeah,
spot on. He was one of our key. He was one of our key players in us finishing sixth, one of having our best seasons for a decade. So I thought the applause he got was great. If it was the other way, that would have been a disgrace.
I think he could be back in January. So you just
exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully, But no, it's just. I mean, we got into Europe largely. I know it's a team game, but he did do a lot to get us into Europe.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was good. I like the fact he didn't celebrate, but those two idiots, Fernandes and Ronaldo, just egged him on to go and celebrate, and he sort of semi-celebrated in the end. He showed respect well. Post-match press conference, some people took the wrong way. He was asked, about coming back. He said, I'm over the moon to score. I've got to move on. He's got to do his job. It was written in the stars, unfortunately, and it happened.
Yeah, I mean, you imagine refereeing a game when you got Ronaldo, Pogba, and Bruno in your ear every minute. They're nasty pain. It's going back to the old Alex days. So there's the gathering players who are constantly cheating, and I saw that, and I thought that's quite annoying because Lingard, he was fairly sensible. He didn't want to celebrate, and they picked him up twice and chucked him towards the fans and tried to lift his arms up. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? At least he's got some class, unlike both of you. Stupid.
Well, it just proves, we said this yesterday, Jake, isn't it? It's like they've brought on Sancho and Lingard, and we've brought on Yarmolenko, and I've got a lot of time for Lanzini, but Lanzini didn't do much, and and Matic was involved in the goal as well. So all three of their substitutions made a difference, and ours never. I sort of agree with what Kent was saying, and we said it, Jake, yesterday. Why didn't Ryan Fredericks or an Arthur Masuaku come on? Like someone with pace as an outlet instead of Yarmolenko, and I think that was the killer.
It was crying out for Ryan Fredericks, I thought. From the 65th to the 70th minute on, that game was crying out in terms of West Ham's perspective for a Ryan Fredericks. A bit of energy on the wing, a bit of pace, a lot of pace. So, when we pick up the ball, not just our only option is to either run into a brick wall with a midfield and defence or lump it long for it to come straight back at us. Fredericks, it would have just gave us a different aspect. Give it to Fredericks, run. I don't care, just run down the wing in these last 10 minutes. Stop. Just give the centre backs and the rest of the defence just a break for 30 seconds or a minute, just to relieve the pressure. That's what the game needed. I would have brought on Fredericks over Masuaku, but it was crying out for one of these players with a bit of pace, a bit of energy to just take us up the pitch for a minute or so.
Anyone else want to add?
Yeah, I think it just shows obviously the difference between the two sides. That Anthony Martial was an unused sub for United yesterday. And when we have to put on wide forwards and midfielders instead of strikers, so there's the difference.
I mean, don't forget Van der Beek. I mean,
he didn't come on either. Yeah.
God knows how much they paid for him, and he just—I don't know what he does. He just probably puts the cones out, doesn't he? Don't know.
40 million to just sit on the bench and just look happy.
Well, I like him. I'll bring him in. Yeah, but there you go. But it is, when you look back on it, we are very harsh, aren't we? I mean, I'm feeling low, but that's just me. But yeah, I mean, that's our job to analyse the game, and we do. And we do realise we are playing one of the biggest teams in the world. But yeah, I mean, they won it with a minute to go. So yeah, we gave them a good game overall, didn't we? We kept them at bay. So. Yeah, but
we gave everything, and we were a penalty kick away from getting a point against the team that should be in the title race, and they've just brought one of the best players the world's ever seen. So,
and I don't think, Bill, we've been turned over, if my memory is correct, for a long time now. We're quite competitive in every game.
I think the only one with regards to scoreline wise was probably Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 3-0, but that wasn't a 3-0 game, was it?
No, that was a true reflection.
It was like when Villa went there the other week. That wasn't a 3-0. So it was similar to when we went there. Yeah, it was 3-0.
One thing I do like, somebody put on Twitter yesterday, so-called biggest club in the world scraping past little old West Ham.
We're not little, mate. We're not big as United, but we're not little.
But they did scrape past us. I agree with that sentence.
And without a striker, it's a big thing. So it is a big handicap. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I sort of before we get on to the penalties, and what is our plan B? Yeah, what is our plan B, Jazz?
We don't have one. I think we've missed 4 out of the last 5, which isn't good. And despite Noble's record, I do believe in that. His last year, he hasn't hardly played any football, and he's sitting on the bench, probably not warmed up. It just didn't look good, did it? It didn't look good. The only thing is, I know the goalkeeper again hasn't saved a penalty in a long, long time. And I don't know if one of you guys might know better than me, but to me, it looked like the goalkeeper moved off his line before the ball was kicked.
1 foot. I don't know the rules, so somebody have to say one foot was on the line, 1 foot wasn't.
Yeah, 1 foot's got to be on the line.
Oh, gotcha.
So at least one. You kind of, if both are on the line, fine, but at least one has to be.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
I think what Gary said about Plan B, I think in terms of style of play, that's something for us to work on. The only Plan B I'd say we have is change of formation, as in playing wing backs is probably our Plan B. But if Antonio's not in the side, then I think that's something we need to obviously figure out, because he's not going to play every game, is he?
In terms of the Plan B, if Antonio's out, our Plan B is simple: chuck Bowen up front and see what he can do. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of worrying, isn't it? Really. So we'll get onto the penalty incident now, because obviously that's the most talked about thing all day. Obviously, Yarmolenko did get criticised. I will give him credit for actually making a run to the right hand side and crossing the ball in. I saw. I don't know whether anyone saw my retweet earlier. Obviously, they had Annie McCoist and our best mate Jamie O'Hara on Talk Shite this morning. And his first comment was, Annie McCoy said all of Ronaldo's were penalties. Don't understand why they weren't given. And he can't understand why Yarmolenko's was given, because Shaw's arm was in a natural position, according to Annie McCoist and Jamie O'Hara.
Well, a lot of that.
Natural position.
Yeah.
Natural position.
Usually Ali McCoist is spot on. But he's had a mare there. That's just totally against. I disagree with that entirely.
Yeah, Jamie O'Hara. He predicted us to have been a relegation scrap, and the way his team are doing, Spurs, he's just being a pain, isn't he, at the moment?
I can't stand that geezer.
Yeah.
Normally, for Jamie O'Hara didn't do a great job at Billericay, so he's got no.
He's so bitter about West Ham. So bitter.
Yeah.
I think Cundy said, "Come on, you got to say something good about after the Thursday game," and he said, "No, I'm not saying anything."
We're in his head. We are in his head because West Ham are doing better than Spurs. So
on the penalty, it's a stick on penalty.
Yeah,
his arm was way out. I know he was hit with a bit of pace, but his arm was way out.
I saw that.
Where it tucked to his body, it was out. Yeah, so it was a stick on penalty.
Don't know why the referee had to run and see the screen or anything like that. It's real time.
So I'm going on last year's statistics, because obviously this season's pretty much irrelevant. So Noble played 21 appearances in the Premier League last season and played 704 minutes. So that's an average 33 minutes a game that he featured in.
In the 21 appearances. Okay. Ooh.
So I'm quite surprised at that as well, considering. But I think he did play like 2 or 3 games, didn't he, when Rice wasn't there? But we'll talk about. Do you think? Yesterday I said it on Jake's show. Even if Noble scored that penalty, I'm still fuming with Moyes for making that decision, and I stick by that, because I think he's disrespected the 10 outfield players. Not just Declan Rice, he's disrespected the other 10 players on the pitch by what he's done. Obviously, I'll come to you. He does every show. After 45 minutes, he gets kicked out. So Jake had your shout yesterday, but Bill, what did you make of it? I'll come to you in a second, Jake. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's one of them. I think normally. When we had it with the Euros, with the boys that come on, Sancho and Rashford come on late, and obviously they didn't have much time in the extra time, and then they took the penalties and missed them. But I think with Noble's record, and he's outstanding at penalties, and he has only missed a couple in his whole career. So on that occasion, yesterday, I think it was quite a sensible thing. Everyone's having a massive blowout about it. I think it's one of those things. If it come off, then he would have been seen as a genius. But our penalty take is not that brilliant either. Like Rice has missed a few. Lingard was on loan last season. Antonio missed one against Newcastle, which luckily Souček tucked in. So, and if say Rice did take it and he missed, we'd be screaming right now for Moyes. Why didn't he bring Noble on to take the penalty? So,
I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite to you.
Yeah,
like I said, it's all about. But what happens next year when Noble retires?
Well, we've got to think now who's going to take the penalty. I think Souček should probably start him because he had a good record at Sparta Prague or whatever. Yeah. And he hasn't taken for West Ham.
Sorry, I know we're going backwards. That was it, Matt. I apologize. Thanks, man. He's correct. Yeah, so when they asked about the Souček incident, a West Ham fan called up and texted in. Both Annie McCoy and Jamie Hara said they never saw that incident, even though they watched the whole game.
One thing I did like is Dermot Gallagher said that's a Stonewall penalty, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying he'll be sacked for that now because he didn't say it in Man United's favour for that Souček when he said, yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know how true this is, but apparently Atkinson is a Man United fan. Apparently.
You can't write it, can you?
It looked like it yesterday, mate.
See, that should be against the rules of football. You can't. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that Chris Kavanagh as well is a United fan, and he's he's wronged us out decisions last year as well. He's a Man United fan.
See, that's where VR is good. It catches the referees because they've got no choice. They have to give it, or the VAR will give it. So it's good in that way. But yeah, I mean, we've had it. That's why originally I was in favour of VAR because we kept on not getting the decisions against the big four, whatever they are. But yeah, I mean,
well, I'm going to spoil this for our bloody preview. But does anyone know who our referee is for Wednesday by any chance?
It better not be Mike Dean.
No, I've not looked. No.
Jonathan Moss.
And people wonder why none of these English referees get called up to do UEFA Euros and World Cup games.
We had a couple at the Euros.
Did we?
Yeah, and when the Anthony Taylor with the Ericsson Denmark, he was the ref, Anthony Taylor.
Well, yeah. He's the best out of a bad bunch. He is.
Yeah,
well, we're sort of spoiling it. We're doing that. So, Bill, you're definitely coming on. We're doing a tier list for referees. So we're going to have a fantastic show for you. Have to rate the referees of the Premier League referees.
It's not going to be many elite.
And it's only bad and very bad. That's all the tier list.
The days of Howard Webb and Kalina and Graham Pole, those days are gone.
Yeah, no. Jazz, what did you make? Do you reckon it was... would you have done the same thing what Moyes done and brought Noble on?
I've got to think how I felt when he came on, and I was all right about it. So I've got to go back to what I was... It's easy to think afterwards and then say something else. So I've got to be honest with myself. And when he was coming on, I thought, oh, that's a bit smart. That was my first comment. I thought, oh, I didn't think of that. And then now you can say a lot of things. But then I thought, I can only put it down to... David Moyes being overconfident because everything's going his way for a long time now, and he just felt So his confidence is sky high. I'm just going to try it. I can only put it down to that. And when he did come on, I just thought it's quite interesting and okay. So I can't go back on what I thought. But
I think De Gea deserves some credit as well, by the way, because obviously he saved it, but he didn't commit himself. He stood still and waited for Noble to pick a side, and so I think he deserves a bit of credit as well.
But another thing, Bill, is before the game kicks off, I'm sure you know who the penalty taker is. When that team
especially nowadays, they'll have it, or they'll probably have on their water bottles. They'll know where and the last five, like the same with the Sky, it comes up left, right, middle, whatever, scored, missed. Yeah. So De Gea will know, and the goalkeeping coaches. And stuff.
I mean, David must have selected a penalty taker when they went on the field. And was that Rice? Then it's wrong. Then it's wrong. If you told Rice before the game you're going to take it, and he picked the ball up, then that's a bit naughty of David. I'm sure they discussed that. Well, I hope they did. It's quite a big thing. Then it's Yeah.
Quickly go around the room because it's sort of going to spoil the preview for me. It's a no. Antonio Wednesday, Jake.
Oh, not a chance.
Yeah,
Jazz?
No, because look how we did okay, but we need him. We need him. No, can't risk it.
Yeah.
No.
Bill, full house.
Yeah, just not. I wouldn't even take him to Manchester. I'd leave him at home.
No.
Lingard's probably going to start as well for them, so game over, mate.
Jake, do you want to add anything else with regards to the penalty? Has
Yeah, I
anything
do.
changed since yesterday?
I'll go on the same path that Jazz went and Dice said, and the first thing I said, I was like, oh, who's going to take the penalty? I said, he can't bring Noble on, surely. You see Noble coming on, and I went, get in.
Yeah.
At that moment in time, and then from that moment on indeed to that penalty, Dad says he's going to miss it, he's going to miss it, he's going to miss it, he's going to miss it. And I'm like, the more I thought about it, the more I thought this is a bad idea. He hasn't warmed up, and then it happened, and then I literally sat there for a minute like this and realised what I got going to the review. Andy was waiting. Andy was the same as me. One thing I do want to say, somebody put on Twitter yesterday as well, when Sky released a picture of the overview, so a bit higher than the goal, Ronaldo was looking, and Ronaldo pointed to David De Gea which way the ball's going to go, because he could see with Mark Noble, it was obvious which way he was going to go. Just his body language, his body shape, you knew he was going that way.
Yeah,
he just went like that.
And
Okay.
did anyone else see the 3 Man United players in the area as well before the ball was kicked?
No, I didn't
including
know.
including a certain Cristiano Ronaldo.
No,
Luke
they
Shaw
didn't
was
review
there as
that.
well.
They didn't review that either.
Of course, didn't.
Yeah. Just going to scroll through some comments. Actually, let's have a look.
I think Jonathan Moss is quicker than Yarmolenko.
Yeah, I just saw Glenn's for it. That's cool. Yeah.
Score is a masterclass, but yeah.
But I don't know if everyone's noticed. I did mention it before. Going back last 2 years, the number of penalties being missed is going up an alarming rate.
Yeah.
I think it's 50-50. I don't think a lot of them are going in now. And we've seen we've missed 4 out of the 5, and a lot of them have been rebounds that have gone in. So I reckon it's just really hard now. I don't know why.
Right.
But,
so what we'll do, because obviously it's a bit hard, because it makes you still think if Ben Rama was on the pitch, would have Ben Rama maybe have stepped up? But in your opinion, we'll start with you, Jake, and go around. If you was David Moyes, who would be your penalty taker for the club?
Declan Rice. He picked up the ball. The ball was taken out of his hands. It's Declan Rice every single day of the week for me. Declan Rice would have stood straight on, and he would have just went up and he would have whacked it. That's what he would have done. Hit and hope. If it went in, fantastic. Declan Rice. That ball should never have left Declan Rice's hand to go to someone else to take that penalty. What does that show Declan Rice? I don't know. Gary put it in the chat earlier on. I don't know what that tells. What does Rice think? He's just been told, yeah, that's right, I don't trust you. I'm going to bring Mark Noble on, who hasn't warmed up, who's going to come on and kick the football once in this football match.
Bill?
Yeah, I don't think Rice is a natural penalty taker. I think we've seen it already. So I'd pick Souček. He'd be my taker.
Jazz?
I haven't seen Souček strike a lot of balls. I mean, headers we know about, so I can't say anything. So I'm going to go for Creswell. If he can take free kicks and corners with fairly good accuracy, I'd stick. And we like fullbacks taking penalties at West Ham, don't we? So Creswell, yeah.
Yeah, see, everyone else in the chat as well. I can see a few people commenting. Let us know who you think. Do you know who's not a bad shout? And Ryan said it on Post-Match Pint on West Ham Fan TV. Soufal. I can imagine him just running up and just smashing it.
Julian Dick style, just smash it. Yeah.
In my opinion, that's just me. Like Harry Kane, I think he may have missed 1 or 2, but the way Harry Kane strikes a penalty, he never places them, does he? He never places them.
Alan Shearer was the best that I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, you just smash it. It's absolutely smash it corner.
Kane is so accurate. It actually goes in off the post a lot of the time, so you got no chance of getting anywhere near that, and he gives it one hell of a...
I think that's what Rice done at West Brom. Is that West Brom when he hit the post?
Hit the post, yeah.
That's what Rice done, wasn't it?
So, like, toe punted it or something, didn't he?
Yeah. So, Obviously, it's been over 24 hours now since the game's digested. Do you think Leeds is a must-win now? Or do you reckon a point would be a good result there? I know we're sort of going far ahead. I'm just, after digesting, obviously, it's the momentum side of it. Jake, what do you reckon, mate?
100%. This is probably, for me now, this is our biggest game of the season. We've got to bounce back, and we've got to bounce back well. We usually play well against Leeds. We played well against them last season. Benrahma masterclass at Ellen Road. Hoping to see much of the same of that again on Saturday. This mentally is a must-win game for me, and I think we only lost twice in a row in the Premier League once last season. We've got to win this game. It's as simple as that. We've got to win this game.
Yeah. Bill?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say must win, but I mean, as long as we don't lose, maybe Leeds have got off to an okay start this season, not been as good as they were last season, but next Saturday might be the time they play to their full potential. Bamford's not been in the goals, but I think he will eventually. So,
did he go off injured? Disabled team might be able to confirm. He had a knock, I think, in the game the weekend. I don't know if he actually went off. I saw a match of the day and he was limping. I don't know if he actually went off.
But even so, they've still got a load of attacking threat. Rafinha being one of them. So, and they've also got the Leeds crowd, which we didn't have to contend with when we beat them there last season. So, yeah, be a tough trip.
Yeah, so we've got a few more Cresswells in the comments. So yeah, it's really. To be honest, I feel a lot better than I did yesterday because Man United are a top class team, and I think it sort of shows how far we've come. The fact that like how disappointed we are, and I think I'm just more hurt was obviously the situation what happened last year when, like, Jake, what was your comment? It went into Westfield, didn't it? The ball last year, and
it went back to Upton Park,
and come back into the pitch, and I think that still hurts. But like you said, the top team sort of get that decision. Yeah, as Glenn said here, Ray Stewart. Yeah, Leeds will be a tough game. I'm worried. I am worried, but we done well against them last year. Disabled team saying Leeds are not in form, but I'm still worried.
No need to be worried. Antonio's back. We'll win. We'll be fine. And it's not. Going back to what Bill said, it's not kind of that critical or anything. We just take each game as it comes and hopefully do well. So yeah, full confidence in the team, I think. So you can't after Thursday suddenly after one game look like high and then low. That's not the way football works. We've got to look at the way we've done over the last 18, 24 months, I think, and yeah, we'll do well. Confidence. Antonio's back in. Vlasic is settling in slowly. Hopefully, Corral has a bit of a run out against Man United, and hopefully, if he does okay, he might have a chance to come on in that game as well. So yeah, no, positive. Yeah, still confidence is high.
Yeah, bang on, mate. Bang on.
Yeah.
So disabled team, he's just said they have a centre-back crisis and not clinical in front of goal. The one thing I do say, yeah, that really does sound good, and we sort of mentioned him at the start, but obviously we've got Bill and Jake in here. We've sort of said it yesterday. How good was Zouma yesterday?
Oh, amazing! Yeah,
class.
Didn't put a foot wrong, did he? Bloody hell.
You wouldn't think that one of the centre backs is banned did one of the best in the world class. I thought Zouma was excellent yesterday, and yes, he had more to do than Varane, but Zouma excellent yesterday in every single way.
Yeah, he won so many headers, especially in the first half where United dominated possession and they got across Greenwood or Fernandes put some balls in for here we go, and then bang, Zouma there wins the header, bang, wins the headers all the time, and I think all four centre backs played really, really well yesterday. All Varane, Maguire for United, and Ogbon and Zouma for West Ham. So good.
Bill, did you think that on the back of the Thursday performance, maybe Jupe deserved to carry on?
No, not for me.
Okay.
No, I think we played well Thursday, but Ogbon has been outstanding. So this season. So more to come from Diop. But no, it was, and even in the game Thursday, he was a bit shaky at times, especially in the first half. But no, I think, I think we're all happy when Zouma and O'Connor were announced. Definitely.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah, it takes a while to digest, obviously, what happened yesterday. Do you think this game on Wednesday's come at the wrong time? I know we can't plan the schedules. Do you think we needed the rest, really? Or do you reckon this might be a blessing in disguise, getting the players who don't normally play to get 90 minutes?
I think it's the draw. It's a really hard game. That's the issue. If we were playing Shrewsbury, with respect Exeter, we wouldn't be thinking like this. It's just unlucky drawing United out the thing. I mean, bloody hell. Even if we wanted to take it seriously, I don't think we can now with this draw. It's really tough on the club, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what side United put out with the depth they've got, it's still a very strong lineup. So even if we played our strongest teams, no guarantee we'd beat them, especially away. So yeah, it's a tough draw.
I just wanted to show people. Bill, Jake, what do you reckon of our YouTube banner now?
Just seen that.
I saw it earlier. It's cool. I like it. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Yeah. Jazz has got just a normal Coke.
No,
that's what it's got wrong in there. I can see the colour.
Bill, we finished the rum off in the sports bar yesterday. They ran out. Bacardi and
that was just you, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got no more left.
Oh, good lad.
Yeah, and I've just seen that we've got a couple of people in the chat who are new around here. We've only seen you in the chat a couple of times, so if you haven't, click a like on the video and subscribe. It helped the channel out, if you don't mind.
Who would? Let me just see. Will this work? Who would like to see this man on Wednesday?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Big Craig.
Yeah, it should be.
Big Craig.
Wednesday, definitely. Yeah, it should be.
Him and Duke, maybe. Yeah, be good.
What do you reckon, Craig? Do you reckon you're going to play on Wednesday?
He says, yeah. He says, what's he say? Oh, yeah, Man United. I don't care. We'll go up there. I'll have whoever's by my side. It can be the geezer from the corner shop, or it can be Angelo Bonner, whoever. We will get our revenge. I'm pretty fed up of seeing Cristiano Ronaldo, but if he plays, there's only one winner. Ronaldo v Dawson. It's Craig Dawson.
Stick Dawson up front.
Sorry, because you were at the game, Jake. You realised it. Dave Jones, the presenter, called Craig Dawson Michael Dawson twice yesterday during the game. He went Michael Dawson. Michael Dawson's been dropped. Been replaced by Zouma, and he said it twice. And then at the end, he went, "Oh no, sorry, Michael Dawson just walked past me." Twat.
Craig's still happy.
He's still happy.
Yeah,
big Craig. We're going off topic. I know this is sort of thingy, but we'll go quick fire. Maybe this will put us in a better mood. How far are we going in Europa, Jake?
Quarters.
Jazz?
Oh, God. Semi-finals.
Bill?
Same as Jake, quarters.
Go on, Andy. All the way, Andy.
All the way. I'm going all the way.
If any competition, it depends on the teams that drop down from the Champions League. That'd be the killer, I think.
Yeah.
And injuries as well, isn't it? Yeah.
And if we top the group, we don't have to play those sides dropping from the Champions League. We go straight to the round 16.
16, yeah.
So if we top the group, which we've got a great chance of now, so that'd be ideal. But if it's second, that'd be a lot harder for us.
Yeah. Sorry, Gary. I did. I was crying in bed last night.
we watched it. We watched it in the Abbey Tap down Stratford yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
They put the game on the supporters bar. We were watching through the glass. Yeah, 3-0. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was.
And then Harry Kane running around playing full 90 minutes, and the conference was even more funnier on the Thursday or whenever. That was even hilarious. What is that guy doing? Him and Son are crazy. It's crazy, mate. Bonkers.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a look here. I'll tell you what. I admit here what Gary's saying. Longello is absolutely outstanding. He for the under 23s, he has been amazing. I've seen him a few times, and they're raving about him, and he could be the next replacing Creswell, in my
What-
opinion. I think he's outstanding.
Interesting.
Give him a go. Give him a run out. We
Yeah.
can't play Arthur left back. Play someone else. Yeah.
Why not?
Or Johnson. Or Ben Johnson.
Yeah, Kent saying first round after at Christmas. Glenn, final all the way. Love it.
Love it.
Right. We've done well to talk about an hour and 5 minutes about a defeat. I was trying to get this wrapped under in quite a short time, but I think that's down to you, Bill and Jake. Thanks for coming on. I know it's horrible to talk about it. It seems I've done it with Jake yesterday, so this is twice I've talked about a defeat but thanks to everyone else in the chat as well for making it bearable talking about a defeat, because we rarely had them last year either, did we? So it's very unusual. We're unbeaten since May, including pre-season, so it's a bit of a shock. Before we go, Jake, do you want to add anything, mate, or say anything? Or
I do, yes. There's only 8 likes on this video. Come on, let's get going. 9 likes, here we go. Hit that like button, subscribe to West Ham Reunited. Why not? All you've got to do, one click, subscribe, done. Subscribe, like, do all of that jazz. And yeah, thanks for having me on.
No, you're welcome, mate. Pleasure. Like I said, I'll come on your show when I'm free as well. It's no problem. And I think, no disrespect, Jake, I think everyone in this chat has probably come from your show, but we do it for you, Bill, because people don't. Do you want to give your channel a plug again, mate?
Yeah, cheers. So I'm from a channel called Garage Football, so for all football fans, and I vlog at West Ham games. So I uploaded a vlog from yesterday's game. So
Okay.
yeah, subscribe and check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Cheers.
Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. Do you want to add anything else, Bill, before we go?
Yeah, no, just I think we've touched on it. You know, I think it shows how far we've come as a club and as a team, that we're disappointed and gutted about losing to a team that are gonna go far in the Premier League and possibly even in the Champions League this season. We've got one of the greatest players ever. So yeah, I think gutting, but I'm proud of the boys, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And Jake's been my IT man for this. So yeah, like Garage Football, check him out. And yeah, Jazz, do you want to add anything before we go, mate?
Yeah, just chin up, everyone, from tomorrow. Keep believing, and yeah, we know we need 1 or 2 players in Germany. We know that, and sometimes that shows when you play a top 4 team like it would. They've got the team they want to win the league. We're still obviously a number of players are 1 or 2 away from what we're going to be happy with. So United a couple of years ago were in our position, quite short, but now, especially with the Ronaldo, they look like he's going to come in and be their best player, which perhaps some people didn't think. So yeah, keep believing, chin up. Leeds, we'll smash them. We'll do them.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Yeah, no, definitely. And the bad thing is, we'll be doing a preview tomorrow, Jazz. It just seems, especially in Europe, it's going to be like that. Probably went like 2 previews a week, and it's mad. So yeah, if anyone's around tomorrow, we're scheduled for 6 o'clock tomorrow, but it may change. So obviously, if you click the subscribe button, you will get notified if anything doesn't. But yeah, thanks, Jake, Bill, for coming on. I appreciate your time, and everyone in the chat. Thanks for your contribution, and take care. And I will see you lot soon. One thing left for me is come in your eyes. Take care, everyone.